I audible to all of you? Can anybody confirm? Am I
Yes,
audible
sir.
to
Yes,
you?
sir.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
good. And you can also see my screen, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so today we will see a program on bisection method and we will use Python for the same. So let's take one example. Find the root of the equation x cube minus 5x plus 1 equal to 0 using bisection method. So here it is mentioned that you need to use bisection method. Equation is given to you. So always first step is to write the given equation as f of x is equal to, so it's x cube minus 5x plus 1. We will call it as equation number 1. Then we need to find out two initial approximations such that root lies between these two values. So we'll start with put x equal to 0 in function f of x, and upon that you will get f of 0 as 1, means you will get positive value. Then we will put x is equal to 1 in the function f of x, and f of 1 is minus 3, so this value is negative. So we can say that f of 1 is positive, f of 0 is positive and f of 1 is negative, so root lies between 0 and 1. So we will call as a equal to 1 and b equal to 0. Then we will use bisection method and calculate first approximation as x1 is equal to 1 by 2 a plus b. So put value of a and b into the equation and you will get x1 as 0.5. Then we will also calculate f of x1, that is f of 0.5. So put x is equal to 0.5 in equation number 1 and simplify that equation. You will get f of x1 as minus 1.375, which is negative. And previously, when x is equal to 0, the function was positive. So we can say that root lies between 0 and 0.5, that is x1 and a. Then we calculate next iteration, that is x2, which is equal to 1 upon 2 x1 plus a. So put x1 is 0.5, a is 0, and you will get x2 is equal to 0.25. This will be your next iteration. Then we will calculate f of x2. So put x2 as 0.25 in equation number 1 and simplify that equation. You will get f of x2 as minus 0.2344, which is negative. And previously, for when x was 0, the function value was positive. So we can say that root lies between x2 and a. Sorry, b, because b is 0. Okay. So again, we can calculate third iteration x3 by using that formula. So again, we will keep repeating this process till we get the answer up to desired accuracy. So we calculated a x4, x5, x6, x7, x8, and we can continue this process until we get the two successive roots having nearly same value, or when f of x is very close to 0. So at that time we will say that the root of the given equation is, let's say, x8, and we can stop there. So this is how we solve the problem related to bisection method. Now what we will do, we will try to write a flowchart for the same. So first, as we are going to use Python for writing the program, so we'll start Python. As I mentioned already that you can use Colab, which is available online. So you can use that tool for writing the code, or you can download a Python software, for example, Anaconda, install on your system, and you can start using it. Then when we start solving bisection problem, generally the function is given to you. So first of all, you need to define function f of x. Then you need to find out two initial approximations, that is a and b, so that the root lies between a and b. And we are going to express the accuracy of the answer. Then we will check if f of a equal to 0. If this condition is true, then we say that a is the root of the equation. If not, then we will check f of b is equal to 0. If this condition is true, then we say that b is the root of the equation. If not, then we will check whether the product of f of a and f of b is greater than 0. If this condition is true, then we can say that root does not lie between a and b. And again, we go back to step number 3 and change the values of a and b, and again carry out the same steps again. And now if these three conditions failed, then we can say that the product of f of a and f of b is less than 0, means root lies between a and b. Then we will go to loop, that is bisection method loop, where a and b are the two initial approximations. We are deciding our root based on the accuracy level that we need to define, and that accuracy we can express in terms of error, which is equal to absolute value of a minus absolute value of b. This difference, if it is very, very small, then we can say that the difference between the two successive approximation is almost negligible, and we can call it as a root of the equation. And in order to do the iterations or carry out the bisection process again and again, we use while loop, where absolute value of error is greater than accuracy. So here we will put the value of accuracy, let's say 0.0001, and this loop will executed until the absolute value of error is greater than accuracy. And once we enter into the while loop, first of all, next iteration is calculated, x is equal to a plus b divided by 2. This is the formula of bisection method. Then we will check if f of x into f of a is less than 0. If this condition is true, then we say that root lies between x and a, and that's why we assign new value to b, which is equal to x. Therefore, ultimately the equation will become root lies between a and b. If this condition is not true, then we will check the next condition, that is the product f of x and f of b is less than 0. If this condition is true, then we can say that root lies between x and b, and therefore we assign a equal to x, that is root lies between a and b. This process we do to express always the equation in terms of a and b. Here you can see. And again we calculate error, absolute value of a minus absolute value of b. And if this next, that is new error, if it is greater than the accuracy required, then again loop executed. And when this error will be less than equal to the accuracy, then the loop while is quit, and the whatever final answer we have will be the root of the equation. So this will particular value will be assigned here, and that will be the root of the equation. Then we will print that value, and that is the end of the program. Now what we will do, we will try to run the code in the Python. So We will start with the flowchart and step number 1, start Python. I already installed Python on my system, and in that I will use a Jupyter Notebook for writing the code. When you click on that, a window will pop up and you can see a local host that can be used for writing the code. Again, here you can go to new and there is option Python 3. So click on it, a new window will open, and here you can write the code. And also you can rename the file. So I'm renaming it as bisection method. So name has changed, and now I will start writing the code. So first step I completed, then second step is define f of x. So before defining function, you can put at the top some comments, that is your name. So I'm writing my name here. Then you can write your roll number. Okay, so basic information, that is for your example, your name, your roll number, name of the method as this is bisection method, then unit number 1, name of that unit. So these basic information you need to write, so that after few days or few months you will come to know the for what purpose you wrote that program. Then we will start with our step number 1, that is a define function f of x. So let's take any equation. Let's say we will take x cube minus 4x minus 9. And for defining a function in Python, we use syntax def, then use space, and we will define f of x. Then you quote after that. This is the typical syntax that we use for defining a function. And below that you need to write a return, and what it should, this function should return the equation. And here we are writing x cube minus 4x minus 9. So we will take this particular example to assign function f of x. So f of x will return as x cube minus 4x minus 9. So we define function f of x. Now next step is first approximation and second approximation values. And accuracy can be defined afterward, because in this particular block you can see again we are going to define the accuracy. So here we will start with the initial values a and b. So we need to write the statements related to that. So let's say a is equal to, and you can enter the value of a manually. So for that we use syntax input bracket, and in that quote, and you can write enter value of, you can write anything. So for our understanding, enter value of first approximation equal to. So with this particular syntax, when you run this program, it will ask you to enter the value of first approximation as a. Then we will enter second approximation. So b is equal to input, then quote. So enter value of second approximation as b. Students, can you see my screen? Yes, can anybody unmute?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, so if any problem occurs in between, you can unmute yourself and ask the same. Okay. So we entered the value of a and b, but the problem with these two lines, that is line number 5 and 6, is that we entered the value of a and b. What we don't know whether a is integer or float or a string. And now and generally we know that while solving the problem that a and b are generally in float. So again we will convert that value. So now we converted that value of a as float, and again we save it to a. Okay, sometimes student, what you can do, you can here also write float, you can put a bracket, and this is how you can directly assign the data type, that is float in this case. So this is another way to write the program. So there are n number of ways to write the program. So for simplification and understanding purpose, I wrote this. Again, we will assign data type to value of b. So now b becomes float. Okay, so instead of 4 lines, you can write only 2 lines and assign the value to a and b. You can do that. Okay, then next step is, so we define a and b. Next step is we will check if f of a is equal to 0. Okay, so if f of a equal to 0, then we will print a is a root of the equation. So what we did here, to write this particular condition, we use syntax if, then space, and f of a. What this f of a will do, it will call function f of x, that is x cube minus 4x minus 9. In that equation, x will be replaced by a, and whatever answer will be received, it will check whether f of a is equal to 0 or not. If f of a is 0, then the following state, that this particular statement will be printed, that is a is the root of the equation. So to print this statement, we will use the command print. Okay, so this is how this particular these 2 lines 9 and 10 will work. Next, we will check if f of b is equal to 0. So sometimes f of a will not be equal to 0. Okay, and in that case, we will check the next value. So else if, so instead of else if, the syntax is elif, and we will check whether f of b equal to 0, and enter. Then we will print, and here we will write b is a root of the equation. So line number 11 and 12, what it will do, it will check whether f of b equal to 0. If this condition is true, then output message will pop up, that is b is a root of the equation. Then we will go to next condition, that is we check if f of a into f of b is greater than 0. This is the third condition. So again we will write else if, that is elif is the syntax, and f of a into f of b, this product is greater than 0. If this condition is true, then we will write root does not lie between a and b. We need to change the values of a and b. So this particular line, these 2 lines 13 and 14 will check whether the product of f of a and f of b. So how it will work? First of all, in the function which is given in line number 3 and 4, x will be replaced by a, you will get one value, and then again in the same equation x will be replaced by b, again you will get a new value, and then its multiplication will be checked whether it is greater than 0. If it is greater than 0, then we know that root will not be between a and b. So that's why we write this statement, root does not lie between a and b, and we need to change the value of a and b. Now suppose all the three conditions that you can see between line number 9 and 14, all the three conditions are false. Then what is true? The product of f of a and f of b will be less than 0. That condition will be true. That will be a default case. So that's why the last line will write else, and in front of else we need not to write that condition, because default the condition is the product of f of a and f of b is less than 0. So else is true. So now we came to next block here, and we want to enter into bisection loop, and we will write a code for executing bisection loop. So there are two ways. Whatever codes we wrote here, same codes we can write below this particular statement, or what you can do, you can define another function where the loop of bisection method will execute. So slowly we will go to that part. So what we'll do here, first of all, we'll print root lies between a and b. This will assure you that root lies between these two, and we will define here a function bisection, let's say, and a comma b. So when program will come to this particular line, it means the program will go to the function which is defined, and its name is bisection. And what we will do, we'll define that function at top. So we know that the syntax for defining a function is def, and here we write bisection, and it will use two values a and b, and below that you can write the code for the same that you can see here. Okay, so we'll start writing one by one. So first of all, what we will do, we will first of all write the formula for bisection method. That is, next first iteration is x is equal to a plus b divided by 2. So we have values of a and b here, and we know that root lies between a and b. So first iteration is calculated. Or you can modify your strategy as well. Okay, so this is one of the way to write the program. So what we will do, we will move ahead and we will write the error, because in which we are interested. So absolute value of a minus absolute value of b. So we know the value of a and b. So the sign of a and b may be positive or negative, that we don't know. So that's why we will take absolute value of a and absolute value of b. So whatever difference will be there, it will be called as error. And this error we will try to link with the accuracy of the answer. So we will go to next line, and we will use while loop, and here we will put the condition. Again, the error may be positive or negative. So absolute value of error, and it should be greater than accuracy. Here we can define accuracy. So before that we can define accuracy equal to 0.12341. So this accuracy we required for, let's say, for this particular problem. So while loop is absolute value of error is greater than accuracy. So till the error is greater than the accuracy, the while loop will be executed, and we need to write below the what is to be iterated in that. Then again, we will use the formula bisection method. So we calculate the next iteration. Here actually, if you didn't write this particular line, it doesn't make any difference to the program. So we write here x is equal to a plus b. So we have next iteration. Now if f of x multiplied by f of b or f of a is greater than, less than 0. If this condition is true, then what we will do, we will assign a equal to x. Because here we wrote the formula x is equal to a plus b divided by 2. So again and again we are going to use a and b. And that's why if this condition is true, then we will assign a equal to x, so that again when the program will go back to this particular line, it will take the new value of a and b and it will calculate next iteration of x, that is latest value of x. If this condition is not true, then else what will be true? F of x into f of a will be less than 0. And in that case, we will assign a new value to b as x. So this is how you can work on this particular program. Then again below that, you have new values for a and b. So we will again calculate the error. So error, again the formula will be same, absolute value of a minus absolute value of b. So again, new value you will calculate, and this value will be checked here while loop. And if this error is still greater than accuracy level required, then again the below lines will be executed. And how long this process will continue? Until the accuracy, desired accuracy is achieved, that is absolute value of error will become equal to or less than accuracy. Then the program will quit the while loop and it will go to next line. And there, okay, or below this we can print two values, that is next iteration is, because every time I want to know what is the next iteration is. And here we will write %.5f %x. So every time the next value of x will be printed, and this 0.5f means number of decimal points that we decide here. 0.5 means after decimal point you will see the numbers up to 5 points. And why we put here 0.5? Because accuracy is, you can see after decimal point 1 2 3 4 5 terms are there, so that's why we did the same. And when we will come out of the loop, again we will print. And here now we came out of the root, so whatever latest value of x will be there, that will be the root of the equation. So we'll write root of the equation is, and again we will write something %.5f %x. So this is how we wrote the program. Now we will check whether we wrote this program correctly or not. Okay, so we completed this loop, then we printed the value of x as well as the root of the equation, and that's it. Now we have program ready with us. Now what may happen, you referring this particular flow chart and writing codes here. So during the typing you might have done some mistakes, so error may occur. So what you need to do, you need to run this whatever code you wrote and check what type of error it is showing. So here it is showing some error, okay, invalid syntax, and it is related to line number 16. So here it is there is a error. So what we missed, quote we missed, but we wrote the quote. Okay, now we will check whether this, yeah, now there is no error. So we'll put the initial values. So let's say start with 0. First approximation as a, we will take a equal to 0, and b, let's say 5. Then what it is mentioned, root lies between a and b, and you can see the iterations. Next iteration is. So we can say that these many times the for loop executed and this particular statement printed. Okay, and here you can see the last two lines. So the values for last two iteration is almost same, and at that time the absolute value of error becomes equal to or less than accuracy, required accuracy, and we came out of the loop and this particular line is printed, and that's why you can see the statement root of the equation is 2.70654. So the latest value of x will be your root. So we can say that this is the end of the program. Now if you have any kind of question in your mind, you are free to ask. Yes, please. Session is open for discussion.
Sir,
Yeah, please.